Hey guys. Hello. How's everybody doing? I am here. I'm not going to be here with you guys too long because I got this and then I got some strawberry what is it? Sherry strawberry. I got some update on her husband too because he got some more charges, y'all. This man cannot win for losing. He has more charges coming about. But before we do that, let's get rolling. Let me go ahead and play my little theme song. I got a new theme song. It's the truth. Ready? Go. Ready? Go. This is the truth. The truth. This is the truth. The truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. The truth. The truth. I give you the facts, y'all. I give you the facts of the cases. So, all right, let's get rolling. Okay, today it was a real crazy day at the courthouse. We started off. It was supposed to be a hearing for Mr. Johnson. Okay, remember the attorney that his client was talking to someone. They thought it was somebody from the outside because they were claiming that he was given the route of the drives and things like that. And it turned out it was not that. In fact, he was communicating with one of the officers. He had some sort of like hanky-panky going on with the officer. And so the officer was caught having conversation with him. And therefore, boom, she was arrested. Yeah. And she got a $1 million bond for her because of her interaction with him. Okay. Now, that is not what I'm here for because that was the boring part. Now, the part that was like the most exciting part of this hearing, I'm going to play. I'm going to do like, television. Let's show you the replay, instant replay. What happened today at court? Well, this is what happened at court today. I'm going to share it with you guys. We got it here, infamous Sylvia. We have it right here for you. Let me just go ahead and pull it up so you guys can have the details of what happened at court. Hello, everybody. Speak to everybody in the chat. Folks, speak to each other, please. Speak together so I can get my stuff together here. All right, let's get going. All right, I think I got it at the marker. All right, let's get started.
Mr. Brown and Mr. Smith, good morning. Hi. Okay.
Well, I'm going to give you guys some backup, some information. Okay, hold on.
Mr. Randolph, do we have juror 1705?
Okay, now this is about juror 1705, y'all. Juror 1705. I'm going to give you a little bit background of juror 1705. Juror 1705 is one of those jurors who did not want to be in the courthouse. She refused. She didn't want to be part of this whole jury selection stuff. So what she do? She called the fire marshal to get them. First, she tried to claim that there was over saturated with the amount of people in there. She called the fire marshal on the judge and on the courtroom. And then she didn't show up the next couple of days. But listen, we're going to listen to what happened with the judge, okay? Listen. And it was a sister too, y'all. It was a sister. Hold on. Let's listen. I don't know why it acts like this. Hold on a second. Yep, the judge eyes closed up on us. Let's see if we can get this going here. I hate when I stop it because then it acts up. Hold on, y'all. I got to stop it again. Technical difficulty here. Just bear with me a second. Let me stop it and bring it back up, okay? Technical difficulty. Hold on, y'all. Let me do it again. Let me do it one more time for you guys.
Mr. Randolph, do we have juror 1705 out there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can we bring her in, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the podium, thank you. Counsels, this is the order for show cause that I mentioned to you in regards to juror 1705. All right, juror 1705, good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Okay, madam, you are here present for an order for show cause. Just to recall or recap your situation, we called you in for a jury service on May the 19th. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. On May the 19th, you expressed to my court staff that you were very angry, and you're the person that called the fire marshal that day, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you? And the fire marshal arrived and indicated to us that we were not over the above authorized number for that particular space, and that we still had proceedings on that day. You recall that?
I recall it. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you also recall that you were supposed to come back? And did you fill out your your initial questionnaire?
Yes, I came back to do that.
Okay. Did you do that on the 21st of June?
Yes.
All right. So you were supposed, and then at that point in time, you were supposed to be examined for hardship. Is that right?
Correct.
All right. And you left. Is that correct?
On the 21st of June,
Yes.
after I finished filling out the form, they said I'll come back on the date that I was supposed to come back for.
Okay. All right.
I
And
missed that date.
why did you miss that date, madam?
I was at work and I forgot about it.
Say again?
I was at work. I went to work and I forgot about it.
You forgot about it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, once you remembered, did you think to contact the jury clerk's office or
I received
contact the court?
I received a phone call from your clerk's office stating that I was supposed to be there that day. And I said, I forgot, my fault. He said, moving forward, you just need to continue to call. And your next call date was supposed to be like July 7th. Before July 7th could come, I was called again by the sheriff who said that basically I was legally out of line or held in contempt out of court, and that I need to come and pick up this paper, which I have, and to show up today.
Ma'am, you understand that I have to account for all of you. That's the whole purpose of jury selection, is to, once you're summoned, until you're properly either selected or excused, I have to account for all of you. I just can't just ignore the fact that you just didn't come on a particular day. So, do you know that contempt is punishable by a fine of $1,000 and 20 days in jail and or both?
Yes.
So why shouldn't I hold you in contempt for failing to come when you were ordered?
I honestly forgot the second date to come back with my hardship because I really wanted to.
Say again? Because you
I
want?
honestly forgot about the date that I was supposed to come back for the hardship. I really did want to come and do what I'm doing now to tell you that I'm still not fit to come and be a juror. But I missed that date because I went to work and I did not have it as a reminder in my phone on the alarm. So it wasn't being malicious this time.
Madam, here's the thing. A lot of people, I mean, I told you the very first day you came here that there's a certain level of, or can be a certain level of annoyance that goes along with being considered for jury service. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And do you remember why I told you that? Do you remember the conversation or the circumstances surrounding that and the representation of flag? What did I tell you about that? Do you recall?
No.
What do you do for a living?
I am an educator and a coach.
Okay, so you teach children?
I do.
Okay, so I'm sure that you have a great attention to be able to pay attention. So what did I tell you about the flag and about the circumstances of you being there and being annoyed?
Sir, I don't recall.
Because you were angry?
Very much so.
Well, I mean, that's the whole purpose. I mean, people are angry and annoyed having to come for jury service. Everybody, we get this from everybody. And there are all types of people that we summon for jury service to be considered. Educators, doctors, lawyers, people that work in retail, people that do sales, and everybody's got something that they have to necessarily do. That summons, we know, interrupts your ordinary everyday life. And I think I made it very clear to you at that point in time. But, one, to call the fire marshal, two, to be, which is your right, two, to be annoyed, which is your right, but three, just to not show up, that I find that to be unacceptable. And it's okay to be annoyed and upset because, I told you that service members give us the ability to do that. That flag represents the greatest ideals of democracy. And that jury service and you honoring jury service is one of the best and highest ways of service. I'm not down on the floor, madam. Look at me.
Uh-oh.
This is very, very serious. It's one of the most important civic obligations that we can have. And for you just to make short shirt of it and for you to just dishonor by just not showing up and not doing anything in terms of being here, I find that to be just unacceptable. So what do you think I should do with you?
Great thing about your job, no one can tell you what to do.
Yes, ma'am, they certainly can. I am subject to review like everybody else. There are several appellate courts, and there's a body in Georgia that certainly can tell me what to do. I am not omnipotent, and I am not trying to exercise that right. But I do have the right and responsibility to make sure that those who come before us for this particular purpose properly do what they're supposed to do. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. So back to my initial question, what do you think I should do because you did not honor the procedure as we've indicated? There have been scores of people that have come in here and just been subject to examination, and we've dealt with them the way that the law provides, and they presented their hardships. I assume that you had a hardship because you're an educator. You didn't give us the opportunity to do that for you. You just decided you weren't going to come.
That's not true. Again, I stated, I literally forgot. It was not a malicious act. It was not that I just decided not to come or show up that day. I came to other dates that I did not want to come, and I came. So no, that day, it was not something that I purposely did so that I could be here right now for you to yell at me. I would have came back had I remembered.
You're missing the point of me fussing at you. Do you understand why I'm annoyed?
No, because there's so much more other things that's more important than me.
Whoa.
You have to do, so I don't understand.
Whoa.
The fact that I'm annoyed is because you just decided that you were going to do what you're going to do and not show up. And the fact that your actions at this point in time are not of somebody that is not being malicious, but is somebody that's being just deceitful.
Again, I didn't purposely.
She said again.
Those 560 children that I work with every day, Monday through Friday, were very important. My job as
and we get that, but you have to allow me to, in a process where you show up and then we ask you questions about that, we make that determination. That's what the law requires. It's not that I didn't want to examine you for hardship. You self-circuited and shorted the process by not showing up. Because had you come on the day that we told you to come on, you'd have come up here, we'd have gone ahead and asked you questions. I'd ask you about your circumstances, and we would have made an adjudication as to whether or not you could serve as a juror. I didn't even get a chance to take into account your individual circumstances. That's what a hardship examination does, and that's what everybody else who's been examined for hardship went ahead and did. You didn't do that. You decided, well, hey, I'm not going to show up. That's why I'm annoyed. Do you get it?
yes.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find you a willful contempt. When we start this trial, you're going to come for the first 5 days of trial. You can take leave, you can take vacation, whatever. So when this case starts, you'll come or else I'll jail you for 20 days. Choice is yours. 5 days of trial. Whenever this thing starts, we'll notify you and give you plenty of notice. 5 days of trial because I want you to see the process. I think that's important. And I think that those who know you need to see this as important. So it's either 5 days or 20 days in jail. 5 days of trial observation or 20 days in jail. What do you want to do?
I'll do the 5 days.
We'll do an order to that. We'll do an order to that extent, and we will make it available. We will contact you accordingly, and that will satisfy your contempt. So if you don't come, you'll serve the 20 days in jail. There won't be any further discussion. The day I tell you to come, you'll need to come, and you'll need to be here for 5 days. After that, we're done. You've satisfied your contempt, all right? If you don't come on the day that I tell you to come for our good cause, then the sheriffs are going to pick you up, and you'll do the 20 days. So are we clear with one another?
Yes.
All right, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right, madam, you may be excused. We'll be in touch with you, okay? Thank you.
Whoa, what do you guys think about that one? All right, let's have a discussion on that. What do you guys think? I'm going to put the link in here. Hold on a second. Hold on. I am going to put the link in and let me know what you guys think of this whole shenanigan. What do you think? What do you guys think? Put the link in. But Mr. Bush, do you want to come up and have a conversation about this? What do you think? She's an educator. She's an educator. Stephanie said terrible behaviors, disrespectful. She was mighty rude to Judge Glansville. She was mighty rude. But do you believe she called? First of all, she called the fire marshal for the courtroom. She called the fire marshal. Can you believe that? She called the fire marshal on the whole proceeding. They came in, they inspected the amount of people inside the building in that room, and they said it was fine, right? Then she didn't show up for her hardship. The day she's supposed to show up for, she didn't show up. And then she gets up there and she told me, "It's your courtroom." What? She was very rude, very rude. Y'all should have seen her. Big, tall woman, African American. She was so, and she's an educator. An educator, y'all. Educator. Just blatant. Blatant. I mean, you know how many people come through there, they don't want to be there? A lot of people don't want to be there. But you don't be that disrespectful, that rude to the judge. I mean, that was so rude. And then when he sat there and asked her a question, she didn't say anything. But first of all, she was looking down, right? When she was looking down, he's like, "I'm not down there. Look at me." She says, "It's your courtroom. Nobody tells you what to do in your." That was not a good answer. That was not the answer, ma'am. That was not the answer. Well, if she doesn't show up on when he tell her to come back, she will be serving 20 days in jail. And he might even decide to give her a fine afterwards. Inez says she should have locked her. Yeah, she was very rude. Very rude. He had very much patience with her. I see he's very lenient with the ladies. He seems very compassionate, even though they're crazy. Do you remember the young lady who told him to F himself? Remember that young lady, the 19-year-old, the 18-year-old? Yeah. You can imagine the job he has. They said almost 2,000 people have come through there. Over 1,500 has been done for hardship. 1,500 so far. Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine? Yeah, but he's dealing with a lot, right? I have much more empathy for him because it's a hard job, y'all. It's hard to be neutral and deal with all this other stuff. What happened to the 18-year-old? He let her go. She ain't had to do nothing. He let her go. She apologized to him and he let her go. He let her go. He let most of them go. The ones that remember the first one, he had to write a paper. Then the attorney, he had to write a paper for. Oh, he got a letter from somebody. Somebody told him that basically he's respectful of their time, and that because he comes in late, and so they was chastising him. His thing is so crazy. This whole court thing, it is outrageous, y'all. It's outrageous. So that's what I want to share with you guys. Did you guys want me to tell you what happened with Shirley Strawberry's husband, y'all? There's more charges, y'all. More charges. So I'm going to end this live and I'll go do the strawberry scandal. I'm going to end this. I'll be back in a few. Later.